Hello Genetics 311 students. In this video, I'll be discussing the features of the Watson and Crick model of DNA made in 1953. As you can see, DNA consists of two strands, which are in the form of a double helix shape. These strands are said to be anti-parallel, meaning one runs from the 3' end to the 5' end, while the other runs from the 5' end to the 3' end. Structurally, the monomers making up DNA are nucleotides. A nucleotide consists of a 5-carbon sugar, a ribose, a nitrogenous base, and a phosphate group. Now looking at the 5-carbon sugar, we can see the 1' carbon is connected to the nitrogenous base. The 2' carbon is what distinguishes DNA from RNA. Without oxygen, it is DNA. The 3' carbon binds to the next 5' phosphate group of the connecting nucleotide, helping create the backbone. And finally, the 5' carbon is where the phosphate group is bonded. Nitrogenous bases make up the center of the DNA helix and are very important for its structure. In DNA, there are 4 bases, and they are grouped into 2 categories. The purines are adenine and guanine, and the pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. Additionally, the bases are said to be complementary to each other and pair as such. Adenine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. The bond connecting the 2 bases is a hydrogen bond, which is relatively weak but does add specificity to the DNA helix. Base pairing allows the 2 strands of DNA to have a constant width throughout the helix. Additionally, base stacking between adjacent bases of each strand maximizes hydrophobic interactions, which is the main force responsible in the stability of the DNA double helix. The outside of the helical structure is a sugar-phosphate backbone. As I said earlier in the video, the 3' carbon of each nucleotide connects to the phosphate group of the next nucleotide. The bond connecting each nucleotide, creating the sugar-phosphate backbone, is a phosphodiester bond. Lastly, looking at the overall structure of DNA, we can see it has alternating major and minor grooves, and the helix is right-handed. Although the DNA helix is right-handed, many images of left-handed DNA appear in pop culture media. For example, the United Press International released this article regarding autism in the health section. As you can see, the 2 strands in the front are going upward in the left direction, indicating a left-handed DNA. Next, in an article by Scientific American, the image of DNA shows the strands spiraling upward in the left direction, indicating left-handed DNA. On the webpage Unseen 13% about non-small cell lung cancer, there is a cropped image of left-handed DNA spiraling upward toward the left. In ADD Attitude magazine, the image used in an article about what causes ADHD shows DNA in the front and back twisting in the left direction, showing left-handed DNA. Lastly, I thought I would add a funny tweet by Stuart Cantrell, the chief editor of Nature Chemistry, and his carving of a pumpkin depicting left-handed DNA. Thank you all for watching.